Thanks for joining us. So I'm going to talk about AI adoption for businesses from strategy to ROI. First, I'm going to talk about AI and business transformation, then discuss about identifying business challenges and opportunities, and then how to measure ROI of Gen AI. But before going through that, I'll just give a short intro about myself, that I'm founder and CEO at AI Point. Previously, I've been a lead data solutions architect at the Trade Desk, which is an ad tech company based in US, is a public trading company. So I've helped Fortune 500 companies like Amazon US, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Unilever, Indonesia, federal government, Australia, and so on, how to leverage data in advertising ecosystem using AI solutions. I'm coming with 20 years of software development experience, including 10 plus years in AI and cloud consulting and management. I'm also holding Master of Business and Technology at UTS. So with that experience, I started AI Point more than over a year, working with businesses on AI readiness and maturity assessment, basically evaluating the organization's AI maturity and readiness through a structured and hands-on workshop. I'll also give more details on that at the end. Then also I have with AI strategy and roadmap, creating a roadmap for AI adoption, and basically how businesses implement and scale AI. As part of our services, we also provide solution services, data-driven AI assistant, optimized AI agents, secure Gen AI solutions. We have delivered a couple of projects so far across Australia, UK, and US. Besides that, if companies need training, we provide training around how to build the right application or automate with AI agents. Just as about us, in terms of implementing AI and AI adoptions, there are two concepts I'd like to explore here. A lot of people talk about AI and generative AI interchangeably, but generative AI actually is a subset of AI besides deep learning, machine learning, and natural language processing. Basically, anything that creates new content, text, images, videos, audio, and code is generative AI. Anything around rule-based chatbot, predictive analytics, and, for example, getting data from search engines like Google is not a generative AI. It's using different technique in artificial intelligence, like machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing. Doesn't matter really at the moment, but if you hear a business say that we already implemented AI using machine learning, they are usually referring to those techniques rather than generative AI. So, for example, like businesses and large corporates out there, that they were very smart. They had basically great team, so they start implementing AI early days. For example, like Elizabeth from American Express, she was saying that like in the interview with Business Insider, they already using machine learning. They use generative AI for fraud detection. And similarly, like Julia White, she was saying that they use AI for different approach in their marketing, but they use it specifically for video creation in their marketing approaches, in SAP, basically. And also, Kofi at DoorDash, he mentioned that in that interview, I can send you the link to this interview. They use generative AI for photo creation for restaurants. Basically, any restaurant that they don't have the technology, DoorDash still onboard them. With generative AI, they detect the menu and basically create new images for all those in a restaurant. That helps them basically attract the customer to purchase from those restaurants. They help their also customers to basically acquire more users to DoorDash. But how these companies actually implemented AI successfully. A lot of people say that, okay, like Rolf mentioned that, so they want to implement something, but they don't know exactly, or they just rush, okay, I want to do this, and they implement something quickly without going through all the details about what they need. Implementing AI actually is not a one-off process, it's a journey. We need to investigate, evaluate the existing system, business goals, plan for that, and then start implementing. And once we implement it, optimize it for scaling in the future. For being able to implement AI in business successfully, I provide 5 steps to implement AI. Because we're going from business challenges that we have in the business, and we aim for transforming the business with AI to overcome those challenges. The first step is that to identify AI opportunities. In this discussion, basically, I'll go through the 5 steps. In each step, I'll explain in more details how actually we work that out. So for identifying AI opportunities, we need to look at 2 aspects in your business: pain point and speed bumps. But what are those? Pain points are the issues impacting your business right now. Anything that it's just blocking your business at the moment. For example, a manual process that one of your very effective and productive, basically, employee, 70% of hours of their time on delivering that repetitive task. That's a pain point in the business. So for identifying those pain points, we need to listen to the team's struggles, like the example I mentioned. So we need to look at what is actually on a daily basis they spend so much time on that to finish that task, and what are the repetitive tasks they're doing on a daily basis. For example, one of the example is that for HR team, so they have to go through loads of basically CV whenever they release a new job. Then track your customers' frustrations. Basically, if you have a claiming process, look at see what are the claims coming through. What's their feedback? Or if you have a survey process, look at the survey. What makes them annoyed or frustrated about the system? Why a customer doesn't come back anymore, and so on. Then watch what your competitors are doing. For example, one of your competitors implemented a new image recognition process that enhances the user experience significantly. How they did that? Why they did that? What's the impact on that new feature in the system, and so on. Because mainly is not only the point to look at AI opportunities, but also looking at profitable AI opportunities. In a specific business, there could be multiple scenarios and use cases that we could implement that. But which one of them actually return profitability for the business? We need to identify that. So with identifying the pain point and speed bumps, look at all these scenarios and investigate it properly. Speed bumps are obstacles slowing down you today and forcing you to break your business acceleration in the future, right? It doesn't impact your business right away, but impacting in the future. For doing that, you need to look at whether that speed bumps is a technology or a manual process that doesn't let your business scale, or a legacy system. Do you want to type your question, Thomas? I think the next one is that whether that a speed bump is a innovation speed bump. Basically, you have a legacy system that doesn't let you innovate new feature because only one person knows that, and that person is on holiday for 2 months, or is just using a PHP language or something that not many other team members are aware of that, or there are so many regulation and things in that system that is hard to basically add additional process to that. But these are actually the stuff that actually AI can help. AI is great for helping you to automate the process, the manual processes, and help you basically overcome that legacy system. I had a discussion with another business on how they could become AI native, but with creating codes using one of Code Builder AI agent. We already built that for one of our clients based in US, And this is a great approach to basically overcome all these legacy systems over time. Okay, now, once you reach to the point that, okay, you have your AI opportunities, you identify that what is actually the opportunity that would bring money to your business within the next 3 months or 6 months, then you can evaluate and prioritize those opportunities. But how to evaluate and prioritize them? The simplest approach basically here is that, okay, grade them based on low, moderate, and high. As low is going to be a minor inefficiency in your system, or moderate is going to be a noticeable inefficiency in your system, and high could be a critical issues. So go to your Scrum board and or your planning board or design thinking board and list all these opportunities and separate them as a pain point, a speed bump, and prioritize them and evaluate all these things. Then that give you a better picture how to start, which AI opportunity to start with first, and so on. If you join one of our workshop, like AI readiness and maturity, and or AI strategy and roadmap, we could dive into that in detail and on how to do it exactly. Once you have all this information, then you can turn these insights into AI opportunity. And that's how we could help you looking at your business and say, okay, these are your opportunities. This is your existing system. And these are the solutions that could map out with that. If you want to do that yourself, you can do it the way that I mentioned as well. So you find those opportunities with your team, your project manager, and so on, and then map them with AI solutions that you can think that it's helpful for your business. Once you have your AI opportunities, you go through the AI readiness and roadmap. For that, you need to look at your strategy and business alignment. Whether you need to look at if you have a clear AI vision. What's your goal from this transformation and what you want to achieve? Identifying all your AI opportunities and plan your AI roadmap. Then you need to look at your data readiness. Do you have your data available? Are they structured? Are they good quality data? And what is your data infrastructure? And then evaluate whether those data that you're already storing or you're planning to basically collect through the new processes, or look at them as a secure, are they secure, accurate, and so on. Basically apply data governance in the process. Then you need to look at technology and infrastructure you have. Depends on what you want to achieve and what you need to implement in your business. You might want to basically train a new model, a large language model, because you want to apply a specific business scenario on that. Do you have a GPU server to support that? Or the cloud solutions that you're using already, does that cover such a case? For example, AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure, Microsoft Azure, they cover those, but they provide GPU and CPU servers. But I think render.com, Replit, they don't cover that. So you need to migrate to a more scalable, basically cloud solution. And then also you need to look at the integration capabilities you have. So do you have an on-premises services, infrastructure? Which cloud solution do you use? How you want to integrate these systems with the new system that you're going to build, and so on. Then you need to look at business impact and measure ROI of your business. We're going to discuss that towards the end after we finish this step. Then once you have clarity on your roadmap and your strategy, Then you can explore whether to build AI or buy AI. Since the rise of ChatGPT, there are so many pre-built solutions out there. So if you work with us, I could help you on that. So which area to implement AI, which area to basically buy AI, right? So at the moment, like there are so many solutions for marketing, like copy.ai is great. For sales, instantly.ai, we use that actually for email communications. It's great. Recruitment tools as well. Content creation tools like Midjourney is amazing. So there are so many tools like that. I could help you on those aspects too. Then once you're looking at, okay, I want to build the solution, there is two slightly different concept. Is it automation, or you want to augment this new system? Automation is for automating the repetitive task. Anything is routine and taking lots of time of your team. For example, a team member spend 60–70% of their time on just something repetitive that it completely can be automated by AI and enhance the whole process up to 90%. For the automation, I could give you an example of the resume screening that we built for a recruitment companies in Australia, in Sydney. So they came to us to basically wanted to automate the resume screening for the hiring team, because it takes a lot of time for them to go through all those resume and understand each resume, what's the soft skills and technical skills each candidate have. Because at the moment, some of the automated tools, they only focus on technical skills, but they wanted to fetch the soft skills from the candidate's resume too. So we worked with them to build that solution to help them and then match them based on the jobs and project they have. So it saved so much of their time. In the case of augmentation of human capabilities, it's basically you use AI to help your team to make a better decision, or your customers to make a better decision, become more productive. A great example of that is an AI agent that we built for a US-based company. They are a trading company. We help them to build a market analysis AI agent that help all the investors in their platform to make a better decision when they're doing investment. Basically, it enhances the investment process because they just on the spot they can see recommended analysis on the market. So that's really important. So you define that goal, whether you want to go with automation, augmentation, which approaches works better. Because automation is a lot of time. It takes a lot of time for you to build, because it requires a whole process. But augmentation might be just a small niche of your processes. So I needed to mention that. Then we suggest, okay, start small, right? For example, like the trading company that we work with them on 4 or 5 projects. Initially, they came as, okay, we want to use all these generative AI to make a whole system smart and intelligent. But when we start doing the AI readiness and strategy planning, etc., with them, we notice that actually their infrastructure is not ready at all. Their data is scattered around different channels and data sources. And some of the data that they claim that is very useful, it was in Discord channels. Can you believe that? So that was the system. Okay. In that scenario, we go step by step, how to implement basically AI effectively. First, start with the simplest approach. You want to implement the AI agent, go with a simple scenario that AI agent can get launched within 1 or 2 months. Then you can test it with your customer, collect feedback, iterate through that, and see if it can actually derive you value and bring you positive ROI. And if it works well for you, then go to the next step and add more functionality to AI agent. Because there is no point if you start planning with a 6 months project and then spend all your time and your team and investment, etc., for that project. And after 6 months, you feel that, oh, actually, we did it wrong. Right? Go small steps, like 2-3 months, and schedule, iterate through that, and then see the outcome in each step, and then move forward. Then, once you plan everything, you're good. Investigate in your team who needs upskill in a specific area, what they're lacking. Do you need more AI engineer, or you can outsource it for the time being because it's just this specific project, and how that outsourced team can train your team, basically, and so on. So you need to evaluate that process effectively. At this point, I'll go to ROI, measuring ROI of Gen AI. Okay, measuring ROI in generally is not a simple task for any business consulting or management consulting or IT consulting businesses, right? It's not just one line and we do it and leave it all good, that's it. But adding generative AI to that, it makes it even more complex because there are so many metrics and variables when you want to implement generative AI. As we discussed, you need to evaluate so many things and understand, learn about your existing system that you actually don't know maybe. So for that, you need to set clear business objectives. According to Boston Consulting Group, 45% of leaders expect AI to generate significant value, and 60% expect more in revenue growth. So you need to know you're focusing on reducing the cost of operation or increasing revenue or enhancing productivity or all of that, and how you want to achieve that basically. I think one focus area would be great. So we want to enhance employee productivity, then that would reduce our costs. Then that would help us increase basically, save basically money, right? Then you need to learn about your current system. What are the costs of your current systems, the resources, the technology, infrastructure, and the time they spend, and so on. Then estimate the cost of AI implementation, whether you need cloud infrastructure, a new cloud, migrating to a new cloud, or scaling up your current cloud solutions, or apply cost optimization on your current cloud solution. For example, another company we worked with, all of their load was on EC2 instances on AWS, but actually they could have used AWS Fargate to reduce a lot of that cost. And we worked with them and helped them, and we reduced their infrastructure costs significantly. So you need to estimate the cost of the AI implementation. What is your current cloud infrastructure cost? What is the hardware cost? You need to get all these NVIDIA GPU, etc., or you can use the cloud. And what are the costs of that? Does your team need a training, online training, in-person training, and so on? And what are the other needs for your business for implementing AI? Once you understand all those and quantify that, then you can quantify benefits and the revenue growth, calculating the cost saved through automation. For example, saved 10 hours of employees every week, right? So you can calculate the cost that's saved through basically automation. Or you can reduce your headcount for 2 people, for example, in customers support team, because the new AI assistant help with the process. Then you can really reallocate those people to another department, and so on. Once we have the cost, understanding the current cost, the cost of implementing AI, the benefits, then we can look at risk factors. For example, if you have unstructured data, or your data is scattered everywhere in different kind of data source that needs to integrate it properly, this adds additional basically work to your system. Or if you have integration challenges, for example, in the example I mentioned for the trading system, because we needed to work with them to actually enhance their infrastructure, they migrate from Replit and render.com to AWS, enhance some of the load that they had existing on AWS, optimize that process, and so on. So that was an additional project we worked with them before we moved to implementing AI. That's the additional, basically, risk factor and cost for the implementing AI in the business. What are the security vulnerabilities or compliance issues exist? Do you need an expert to come and look at this whole thing for you? What are the market changes affecting AI value proposition? Or, for example, like everyone using OpenAI, and then DeepSeek came out and all free. That's the market changes around AI value proposition. How you want to deal with that? These are the risk factors that impacting your ROI. In the case of DeepSeek, after a few weeks, because due to the security concern, it downgraded. But overall, that's something that you need to look at as well. Then we have competitor AI implementation. So your competitor actually implements something even much better than yours while you're actually implementing your amazing ideas, right? So these are the things that, okay, should you shift? Do you want to shift to implement even something better or something similar? How you want to handle such a situation? And then increase operational costs, as obviously, like so many things can change in this process. But the simplest ROI formula is that basically benefits minus cost multiplied to risk factors and divided by total investment multiplied 100, right? If you guys join our workshop, we go in the details how to make this work and basically how to measure ROI of Gen AI for your specific project. And that's it. If you have any question, please let me know.